What's up everyone, it's Gray, and as you can see, I have a hat. So I can now appropriately talk about another LEGO theme from a galaxy not so far away. And that of course, is Indiana Jones. I completely missed out on the theme from back in the day, so I was excited to see that LEGO had resurrected a few sets, and today we're looking at my favorite of the three, the 18 plus Temple of the Golden Idol set with 1,545 pieces, which portrays the iconic opening scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Long story short, if you're an Indiana Jones fan and can afford the $150 price tag, you should get this set. It's absolutely stunning. The colors, composition, and details from the film are phenomenal, and it showcases some surprising and intricate play features that recreate the action from the film with some pretty ingenious building techniques. The display is framed with printed tiles and brick-built skulls and faces that not only make it a much more interesting diorama to look at, but provide a really fun building experience. LEGO knocked this one out of the park. So let's take a closer look chronologically at the scene. The entrance to the temple is overgrown with plants and mixes a few green colors to contrast the medium nougat colored structure. Here, Indiana Jones preps his counterweight bag of dirt, and Satipo is apprehensive.
Señor, don't please come out of there alive.
Both minifigures look great. Indy has his new molded hat with hair and sports his typical smug face. He does have a dual-sided face, but I'll come back to that later. He of course has his whip and satchel and has some great detailed torso, hip, and leg printing. Satipo is nervous, sweaty, and carries a torch while entering the temple. They quickly encounter giant spiders, so his back is appropriately printed with a couple arachnids. It's a fun detail. Unfortunately for him, Indy can't wipe these away. On the other side of the first section, we see Dr. Forrestal, a competitor of Indy's, who met his untimely demise by triggering one of the spear traps. Satipo's alternative panic face is quite fitting. The second section has some overgrown vines and a large chasm they swing across, represented by this black void below. This brings us to our first interactive play feature. Turning the knob with the printed tile allows you to swing a minifigure across. I guess this stick is an extended whip. It's the simplest mechanism of the four. To the left of this knob we see the plaques with the film name and a quote that are unfortunately not printed. It's probably the only con of this set. I will say I think I would have preferred a different quote as well. I was dreading the amount of stickers required in this set, but at least all the front tiles are printed. The other side of the gap has whatever this thing is from the film, and leads up to the pressure plate fired poison blow darts protecting the golden fertility idol. This third section is probably the most aesthetically pleasing to look at. I really like the bright bluish green and the sand green tiles, as well as the different faces representing the various dart traps and statues. Many of them are stickers, but the others were a lot of fun to build. The next play feature is the most intricate and complex. This knob has a 3-stage function. The first activates a light brick to illuminate the idol, just like in the movie. Turning it slightly more drops the platform weighed down by the bag of dirt, and the final turn drops the statue, simulating the temple collapse. How cool is that? I was a little intimidated at first by the Technic builds on the back of the model, but I have to say, they are pretty straightforward. If I can do it, so can you. Exiting the temple now, Satipo double-crosses Indy.
Give him the whip. Throw me the idol. No time to argue. Throw me the idol. I throw you the whip. Give me the whip. Adios, señor.
I think this would have made a better quote for that plaque. And we come to the third play feature, which drops this stone door down, sealing the temple and anyone inside. You can quickly open and close it, but I like to activate it and watch it slow drop down, like in the movie. Satipo, of course, got what was coming to him, and will keep Dr. Forrestal company. Finally, we come to the last and probably the most iconic trap, the rolling boulder. Again, we have a very well designed and satisfying play function, using the geared track and some geniusly designed moving Technic pieces. It locks into place and releases with the turn of the knob. The boulder actually looks pretty great for being brick built. I like to slow roll it, but you can really let it rip. It is here running for his life that Indy gets a face full of spiderwebs, and we have a nice alternative face. Narrowly escaping before the boulder seals the front entrance forever, Indy then came face to face with another adversary, René Belloc, a French archaeologist with questionable morals. He made some alliance with the Jovitos warriors, but then took the idol for himself, betraying them. He's a pretty simple minifigure, kinda reminds me of the old designs from the early 2000s. He has that pith-style safari helmet. Indy's confiscate a revolver, and does have a printed sweaty back. The Jovitos warrior is the better of the two in terms of detail, with some pretty cool torso and leg printing, and a dual-sided head. He does have the same hairpiece as Satipo, and is armed with a bow. And that brings us to the end of the scene. The three sections hook together very tightly, but of course probably will be sitting on a shelf for the most part, which is good because the backside with all the exposed Technic isn't too much to look at, though it is interesting to see all the moving parts in action. I absolutely love this set. The mixture of stone structures with the greens and the browns of the plant life really make it pop. It's framed very well compositionally, and all the various faces and skulls really add to the display. I'm a huge fan of the Indiana Jones films, and this diorama absolutely does the scene justice. I'm excited to potentially get more Indy-themed sets from LEGO, and it makes me want a comparable interactive diorama from The Last Crusade, depicting the final challenges to the Fountain of Youth. What do you think of this set? Are you pleased to see Indiana Jones return to LEGO? Anyway, that's all I got for y'all this time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button, and maybe consider subscribing. Thanks for stopping by. Take it easy.